last tool that I want to talk about today is pixi-diff-to-markdown. So imagine you now have your CI set up perfectly using setup pixi and your project works great and all. But you now want to ensure that your project also works with newer versions of packages that come around. Yeah, there has been actually some open issues for both Dependabot and Renovate to include the Conda ecosystem. Unfortunately, nothing has materialized out of this yet. So this is basically why I wrote my own tool that can help with this. It's called pixi-diff-to-markdown and can generate these markdown tables here that tell you what happened after you executed pixi update. And for projects with a lot of different environments and platforms, for example, if you want to test against different Python versions, it even merges the updates in order to make the summary as readable as possible. So you can see here, for example, MyPy updated from 1.10.1 to 1.11.1 in a lot of environments, namely the default and the Pi 3.12 environment, and also on all platforms. So this makes the markdown summary somewhat actually readable instead of having hundreds of lines of actual summary code. Yeah, it's actually pretty straightforward to create a GitHub workflow that automatically updates the PRs. So the workflow looks roughly like this. So you first run pixi update -json, ideally also -no install, because you don't need to install the environment on your machine, and pipe this output to pixi exec diff to pixi-diff-to-markdown. So you basically just run this tool here and output this part to the diff.md file. And then you can just create a pull request using this GitHub action, for example, and specify the body path to be this markdown file with a diff, and say that you only want the pixi.log file to be present in the PR. Yeah, and basically, yeah, that's basically it. What you need to do to have this up to date. Yeah, you can actually find the full example in the official pixi documentation.